Yellow Dog with another shot on here. Tanner, look at
I need more than a
maybe
piece,
another
my
chance
brother.
here. Reddick,
If you roll
another
over me,
reset
my brother,
opportunity.
just know
Gets
we
it
gon'
over
best
one,
the
going
gate,
for a
my
bump.
brother. Keep my eyes on the prize,
Rotations
so I
are
can never
not
see
the greatest
defeat,
for
my
Cook
brother.
and Aqua with a
Walking the
beautiful
finals,
fake
now
touch
the night
around.
and
Maybe
royalty,
able
my
to
brother.
find
I ain't
anything
playing,
to
but they
carry
say I'm
momentum.
They fed up, I don't
Pepper!
fed enough. Hate the game, but I'm sure you can bet it's us. Can't complain, but I'm sure you attempted, brother. Fested up everything that you
Shot going for an insane passing play.
Oh, there's a great play there for Samuel.
Not want to face a cosmic 1v1 pass.
Kind of a threat in the air if you let him be.
Yellow Dog!
Game about how, oh my god.
In this game are one of the reasons that think of it is in this one. Can always find the double tap. The angle is there, and he does with 1 second left.
Ladies, gentlemen, boys, and girls, we are back for yet another season of Dakota Collegiate Rocket League. We've been here a while now. It's now what, season 8 at this point. We've been here for I think close to 3 years at this point. Man, and every single season at the start like this, it's always so much fun. Of course, I am joined on the desk here for our inaugural draft stream by a now alumni, which is crazy to say, of Dcrl, Yellow Dog. How you feeling tonight, brother?
I'm feeling great. I think I finally convinced my homies that I wasn't gonna be on this thing. I tried to every time I'm on here. I'm on a lot of these like end and beginning of the season streams, and they always rat me out or they always find out. But I think I might have gotten them this time.
Yeah, you're saying that, whatever. But I had a lot of people asking me where the stream is, and listen, I said from 7 to 8 p.m. we will be starting. That is not the time of the stream. That is when we were starting the stream. There's a difference, y'all. So, anyways, long story short, I apologize if anybody was upset. Anyway, but we are here. We are ready. I want to give a quick shout out to all of the subs that have been coming in for our first stream of season 8. There's been so many. Big thank you to Coop as well. I mean, he gifted 20 subscriptions earlier, which is absolutely insane. The support from you, not only with the subs, but with the sheets and everything, is so appreciated. The league could not operate with that man, Cooper. So big appreciation there. We also got K-Tool gifting 5 as well. So lots of support as always. It feels like there's a lot of hype surrounding this season all of a sudden, which usually it's the fall season, right? You know, because there's a big break of summer, you know, between the seasons. But it feels like there's a lot of hype for the spring season, which is season 8. And yeah, Cooper's saying this coming out of our 401. Yeah, that couldn't be more true. But anyways, what we have in store tonight, I won't take too much longer here, is our draft stream. If you're new here, if you've never been a part of this, basically what this is a reveal basically of what each and every single team is. Now, the team names, of course, are not in yet because some of these teams just formed. They haven't had a chance to, you know, develop a team name, a logo, all that. So this is without team names. Keep that in mind. But yeah, so basically we're gonna go div by div. We'll start with Division D. I'm no longer gonna bring an expert in for each division. That just takes a long time, soaks up a lot of time. So it's just gonna be me and Yellow Dog here tonight, announcing all the different teams. We'll give a couple takes here and there, but we're gonna try and keep this as quick as we can. So with that out of the way, I say we go ahead and just you know, get things on the road here. So I'll toss it over.
Rip it.
To this screen over here. Oh, and this is our Division D. I'm gonna need, or Division A. I'm gonna need Division D. We got K-Tool gifted another 5 subscriptions. Oh my goodness gracious, the support. We are already at 54 subs, boys. What is going on here tonight? It'll be interesting to also see, how the streams and stuff do, because, the Jinxie buff, I was thinking about that earlier. There's going to be a lot of people coming back to Rocket League and stuff like that. So it'll be fun to see. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, let's just go ahead. Let's not waste any time. There's so much to talk about. There's so much to do for the stream. We have clubs now, which has been awesome. I've been loving the support and how those have been working out so far. So many people, the club owners are doing well. We got Futago dropping at another 5 gifted.
Wow.
Huge kudos. So much support, boys. Oh my goodness. This is awesome to see.
Good Lord.
But yeah, so with clubs, this is going to be a fun season for sure. Just to kind of see how the community can do with all that. But with that being said, let's go ahead and jump into it. Yellow Dog and I are going to kind of, take turns announcing teams. But we're going to start at the bottom here. So team 34, the 34th team. This is Division D, so we'll start here. We'll go ahead and reveal this one here. Uh-oh. Am I... I'm on the wrong account. A little bit of scuffness here. All right, here we go. We'll go ahead and reveal this one. The first team of Division D, captained by a returning member of DCRL, KM King, 99, making his comeback to DCRL. He's joined by Ender318, a returning member and returning champion of Division E last semester. So Ender getting things started again. And then rounding out this team is going to be the Last Supper 7, another player who has quite a bit of DCRL experience. Kind of an interesting team here, KM King. Being on that verge of being in Division C, picking up former champion and Supper, who had a very good season last semester. This team is going to be a lot of fun to watch. But let's go ahead and toss it to the next team. I'll let Yellow Dog talk about these guys.
Yeah, we got the captain, Talon Ball here, and he's joined by Woopa and Lemonhead. I believe Woopa has played before, I believe,
yep.
If I'm not wrong, one season.
Yep.
Lemonhead, I know he's been in the Discord for a while. I don't think he's played. I think he's a Minnesota guy and he didn't play last season.
No, he did. He just didn't make the land.
Okay. But both those guys, I believe, one season so far. Talon Ball, 2 seasons, I believe. So all of these players have played in DCRL before, which is honestly pretty uncommon for this lowest division. It's rare to have all 3 people who've played before. So this team, a lot of experience.
Yeah, no, for sure. I also want to mention that on top of that, sorry, I'm adjusting some Discord volumes here. But let me turn Yellow Dog up a little bit.
Hurry up!
We have Weevil gifting 2 subs as well. Huge support. All the execs coming in and just dropping bombs right now. Absolutely love to see it. That last team, KM King, Ender Supper, they are a part of Baba's Babies, which is a club owned by Baba Kanoosh himself. He's also an alumni at this point, wanted to be involved, so he's got a club. And then this last team is part of Perchance to Dream. So we'll see what can come from that. Let's go ahead and move on to the next team here. We got Go Time 52, we got PKD Yeet, and a newcomer to DCRL in Blue Monkey. Go Time, we saw his first season, I believe, 2 or 3 seasons ago, made all the way to the grand finals, I believe, in the first season of Div E. And then PKD Yeet, I think he was one of the more, I think he was pretty low rated for where he should have been. I think Go Time got an absolute steal in that pick, yeah. PKD Yeet and Go Time, they're going to be very, very solid together. And then Blue Monkey, he's going to kind of be that X factor. We don't really know what's going to be in store for him. So he could also be, one of those hidden players that just might pop off. But that team is a part of K-Tool's Kittens. Very interesting name choice from the owner of DCRL for his club. Let's go ahead and jump to the next one, though, Yellow Dog.
Oh my goodness, I am excited to announce this next team. We got the GOAT, Lil Thicky, ex-Div E champion, and he's joined by Warrior 1K. He's been here for, I believe, 3 seasons now. He's fairly active in the Discord as well, and then a newcomer in Star Shot. Hopefully bringing some star power to this team, a little corny.
Ooh,
ooh, that might be tough. But I have high hopes for this team. Warrior and Thicky been here for 3 seasons, both I believe. They're equal in those. I know they've kind of been rivals up to this point, but it'll be interesting to see them on the same team. And they are a part of Mr. Cripplify the Cripples. that is the club they're a part of, the Cripples. So
Such a fitting name. Such a fitting name. But we had K-Tool dropping 5 earlier once again, and now Weevil dropping 10 of his own. We have a little bit of
where do
a
these subs even go to?
sub
we have
battle.
more subs than viewers right now. I swear. Like,
Oh yeah, we 100% do. We have 72 subs right now. Listen, we used to have these sub battles every once in a while, and this is kind of reminiscent of that. I believe at one point I got up to like, ooh, I shouldn't change that screen, but I believe at one point I got up to a very high amount. I think it was like Trash, Stewie, K-Tool, and I can't remember. I think Zarch was even involved in one at one point. It was a fun time when people were doing that. So much appreciated to Weevil and K-Tool once again. Oh yeah, and Milk, dude, out for Milk, dude. That was a legendary night. But anyways, let's keep going here. Next team, I'll reveal it here. I keep going to the wrong thing here. Okay, here we go. I need to exit out of that tab. Reveal. All right, this next team, captained by the real Robo 98, one of the most veteran players in this division, joined by Bulldog 3 and Natham 23. And actually, interesting point here is that Natham actually was drafted technically before Bulldog, but Bulldog's Dcrl MMR, which means where we had him ranked, was actually a little bit higher than where Natham was. So Real Robo definitely has one of the what should be the highest current ranked teams, depending on how Bulldog and Natham can play out. Natham was a standout player in, I believe it was Division E last semester, doing a lot of work on that team. So joining someone like Real Robo, who's kind of a strategist, if you will, not the most mechy player, very smart. I think that team's going to be very good as well. That is a part of Crossbar Certified, which is executive V-Storm. Let's go ahead and jump to the next one, Yellow Dog.
yeah, first we got Crazy Warrior here, the captain of this team, and he's joined by Foxtrot, a newcomer to the league, and Pumpkinhead, who's not whatsoever a newcomer. I believe he was involved with some of the production side of things back in the day for a little bit. I don't know if he still is, but he definitely does some work on the back end. So shout out to that guy right there. But as for Crazy Warrior and Foxtrot, obviously Foxtrot's being a newcomer, no clue what to think of them coming into this season. But I think this could definitely be a decent team. Pumpkinhead, I was surprised to see as a third man, to be honest.
Yeah, and so this is my team, part of Dookie United, my club. I'm super excited for all of my teams. Like you said, a couple of unknowns here. Foxtrot obviously is a newcomer to the league. Fun fact, she is. We're not going to single her out too much here, but she is the 4th female that we've gotten in DCRL history. So kudos to Foxtrot for putting herself out there and signing up. Hopefully we don't scare her away. I know Crazy Warrior and Pumpkinhead, both very nice guys. So I think this team is gonna be a lot of fun. We'll see where they can go. But anyways, let's go ahead and jump to the next one. Second to last team of Division D. We got a newcomer to the league. One of the best names I think we probably ever had. Dr. Boofosaurus Rex. Gonna be the captain. Gonna be the captain of this team. And then he is joined by Scooby and then ID Camo. I think Scooby actually played last semester under a different name. I'm pretty sure. I think it was like Boopin' Be Killin' or something. I think that was
Boppin'.
Yeah,
Boppin'. Yeah.
Boppin' Be Killin'. So a little bit of a name change there. Also known as Boppin' Be Killin'. Okay, he was in Div E last semester, and then joined by ID Camo, who was pretty low, unfortunately, on the draft list somehow. So I think this team could also have a very good chance having some good success. And of course, as you can see, this is a part of my co-casters club, Yellow Dog, the Doghouse.
What a good man.
So we'll see where that team can go. Let's go ahead and jump to the last team of Division D.
So we got the one, the only Elf, followed by Arrow and Tons Gamer, also known as Springtrap in previous seasons. I'm not sure if they just changed their name or if it was last season. But he has definitely been one of the stories to keep track of it in Dcrl. It started off when he was fairly new to the game, and he's made great strides when it's come to improving. But I mean, starting at an absolute newcomer when he first came to the league is kind of hard. So he does end up being the bottom player, but he's joined by two fantastic players in Elf and Arrow, and they are a part of the
Roman
Legion.
I will say, that the Roman Legion, which is Greek Avenger, who is making an epic comeback to DCRL. Greek Avenger, for those of you that don't know, was part of the origination of this league. Kind of helped with K-Tool with the idea of it, and helped out a lot. So he makes his comeback after graduating. He is taking this club thing very seriously. He's considered the Roman Legion. And everything he's doing and everything he says in that server is like Roman themed. It's kind of funny. It's kind of adorable, actually. So it's gonna be a lot of fun to see Greek Avenger a part of it. We'll see what he can do to help this Division D team along. So there are our Division D teams. And now, before we go on to Division C, Yellow Dog and I are, of course, going to give a little bit of maybe some insight onto what each of these teams might be. So I'll go down my list. What team do I think is going to do the best? I think we should avoid, Nathan, going for our own clubs, teams, for the most part. Of course, I want my team to win it all. But I was taking a peek at a lot of these teams. And I think the team that I could see doing the best here is going to be the team a part of K-Tool's Kittens here. The team with Go Time, PKD Yeet, and then Blue Monkey. Go Time, PKD Yeet, both very, very solid, teams, players in their own right. And then that Blue Monkey is going to be that X factor on that team, I do believe. So I think that team's going to be nasty. Which team do I see maybe not doing the best? I think I got to go with like the easy one of being the Roman Legion team of Elf, Arrow, and Ton the Gamer. I think that team is going to kind of have an uphill battle. But they do have Greek Avenger as their club owner. I think with a little bit of coaching, a little bit of help, I think any of these teams could go a long way. So yeah, that's going to be my take. I think we'll just do those two categories, Yellow Dog, so we can keep things moving. I'll let you talk a little bit about these teams.
Okay. Yeah. So as for my best team, I do not agree with. Hello?
Oh, we're good.
What do you mean? Oh. Okay. I do not agree with you on the best team.
Ooh.
I think it's gonna be Purple Pie's team in Lil Thicky, Warrior, and Star Shot. I mean, Lil Thicky and Warrior is kind of a crazy duo, especially in Div D. I thought both these guys could have went Div C third man, if I'm being honest. So I am surprised to see them down here both on the same team as well. And I think they got that ice in them. They've been here long enough where, stream nerves obviously still affecting them, but not as much as a lot of other teams. I think they got it in them. And then for my worst team, I will agree with you on this one with Elf, Arrow, and Ton the Gamer.
Yeah, we also I'm seeing we actually have Arrow literally in the in the chat right now, so I apologize.
Oh.
Listen, Arrow, I want you to prove me wrong, bro. I literally want you to prove me wrong so bad. Ton the Gamer / Springtrap's been in the league a little bit here. Fortunately, haven't been able to see him on LAN. But it would be awesome if we could get a team that could bring him to LAN. It'll be awesome to see. So listen, I'm rooting for you, bro. I'm rooting. Hopefully we can do it. I also want to say a couple quick things again. Futago gifted a couple subs earlier, and then as well as the Last Supper gifted a couple subs as well earlier. So huge appreciation to you guys. We also got Mari in the chat. Welcome to the stream. Glad you found us. But anyways, so that's that. That's gonna be Division D. With the introduction of clubs to DCRL and everything, I think this Division D could see so much. What do you want to call it? Improvement, I guess you could say. Yep. With easy access to anybody that could coach or anything like that. I think we're gonna see a completely different Division D than we'll see here next week in week number 1. So it's gonna be a lot of fun to see how that turns out. But let's go ahead and keep the show on the road. Let's go ahead and move on now to Division C. Let me get this set up actually real quick. Make sure I have the right account. Yep, we are chilling. All right, moving on. Let's go ahead and just keep things going here. So that is Division D. moving on now to Division C. This is also going to be a really fun one. There's, of course, as you can see, 2 more teams in this division. There's 10 teams in this division, which means it's going to be even more competitive. And the reason, obviously, we had 10 teams in this division is because the rank distribution was the closest in this area, I guess you could say, of rank. So we will see how this turns out. Let's go ahead and just keep this going. The first team that I will reveal for Division C is going to be Trout Fan, Crazy Ike, and Cody Maverick. Now, Trout Fan, this is going to be his 3rd season. Crazy Ike's been around a while, and then Cody Maverick coming off of his rookie season last season. This is going to be an interesting team. Trout Fan, I have this image burned, or this like video, I guess you could say, burned into my brain. Trout Fan was just diming up. I can't remember who it was, but he was the 2nd man on his team in his rookie season. And the passes that I saw this man dishing out was just awesome to see. So I know what this Trout Fan man is capable of. And then Crazy Ike is going to be one of the more mechanical players in this division as well. Might not have the highest rank, but he's very mechanical for his rank. We're going to see him, Trout Fan, maybe diming him up. And then Cody Maverick, who's also joining this team, is going to be a lot of fun to see. He was very solid last season. He's going to be a part of Crossbar Certified, which is V-Storm's club. Let's go ahead and move on.
So next we got, I think, another one of my favorite names in the draft. Not quite Monkey, but it's Monkey Balls. Joined by the reigning champ of Division D, I believe, correct? In Tittertot.
Yes.
And MVP, and Lamb MVP as well. And King Tuta, who has been around for a couple seasons, or one, I don't remember which one, but he's been around. So definitely got some experience. Tittertot's been around for a long time. Glad to see him kind of make his jump up from Div D up to C here, back in Div C again. I think it's going to be a pretty good team. Tittertot, I think he just got a PC as well. So I think he's going to be pretty good. Followed by Monkey Balls. So maybe a fan favorite there.
Yeah.
And they are a part of, I mean, who else would draft or have Monkey Balls on the team other than Coop? So they got Coop as their club owner.
Yeah, I can tell you right now that team is gonna be memes, and I'm not gonna spoil it, but I already know what their team name is gonna be, and there's some history behind this name, so it's gonna be a lot of fun to see that team name come back out. But that's all I'll say. That's all I'll say for that. Let's go ahead and move on to the 3rd team here. We got some interesting players here. Paco gonna be the captain of this Division C team. And he is joined by Raptor. And then also, I believe in his first season, I know he tried to cast a little bit last season, but I don't think he did. But he's actually going to be playing this season, which is Skirty, which was one of the biggest reaches in the entire draft out of anybody. I believe there's going to be some sort of connection there between Paco and Skirty. I think they go to both go to BSC in Bismarck. And then so Raptor joining that. Paco, very solid player. We've seen a lot of improvement out of him in the past couple of seasons. Joining with Raptor, if Raptor can play the game more than 20 games a season, I think this team could go very far. And of course, they are going to be part of K-Tool's Kittens. But all right, let's go ahead and move on to the next team.
Next up, we got long-timer Frosty Nick, followed by iconic first season, last season, Big Dig 96. And then also Futago, who's been pretty active in the Discord. You've probably seen the name around. I mean, all 3 of these guys, I'm pretty sure. Big Dig and Futago, I'm pretty sure play quite a bit in comparison to the other people in this division. And joined by a long-timer, Frosty Nick. He's got a lot of experience, and I think he might also be coming off a land win. Could be wrong. I think he won pretty recently, though. Frosty Nick.
He won last season, I think. Big 3.
I believe so. I believe so.
Yep.
So another reigning champion here, joined by Futago and Big Dig. A lot of potential coming here. I think they're going to be pretty consistent. I think they're going to be one of the stronger teams to start off the season.
Yeah, no, for sure. And then that team's also a part of K-Tool's Kittens. So if you didn't see my announcement, obviously there's 10 teams and only 8 clubs. So there's going to be 2 clubs in this division that are going to field 2 teams. And so K-Tool's Kittens is going to have 2 teams in this division. And we'll cover which other club will have 2 once we get to that point. Let's go ahead and move on. We're going to have, of course, my team. I get to talk about my team here. The captain is going to be Golden Draken, who played in Division C last semester, which was a little bit different ranks and stuff. Unfortunately, he was with Tyler 8G, so I don't think he got to shine too much. So I'm happy to have him as my captain. I think it's going to be absolutely amazing to see him as the captain. And then the 2 players that I picked were I'm absolutely excited about. 80 Weighty. He kind of came in mid-season last semester. And so we all saw what he was capable of, brought a team almost to LAN after being basically at like the 8th seed or something like that. And then joined by Grayskull 99. When I saw his name still on the board, I knew what this team was going to be. Grayskull, very demo heavy, one of the most demo happy players that we've ever seen, if not the most demo heavy player of all time. So teaming up with 80 Weighty and Golden Draken, it's going to be a lot of fun to see. And of course, like I said, they are going to be part of my club of Dookie United. Go ahead and move on.
Can we address the Tyler's trade before we move on? What do you mean, unfortunately, he was on Tyler's team?
It is what it is, bro.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Okay. Next team. Got Dracula. I think, do I have 3? Wait, were these 3 all on the same team? Tater Tot, Frosty Nick, Dracula? Is that right?
Tater Tot, Frosty Nick, Dracula. I think so. No, I think we're getting it mixed up. I don't think Dracula was on that team. Dracula was actually.
Oh, you might have.
Was Dracula Div B?
Second man.
Or Div C?
No. I think he was Div C second man. Anyways.
I was getting all mixed up here.
I mean, he's played 2 seasons and he's won 2 seasons. So far undefeated in Dcrl. Crazy start to his Dcrl career. Followed by another veteran, Dcrl MMR 67 JD Bauer. My ex-former captain, so he's got what it takes. I'm hoping that he's able to have some confidence this season. If he's confident, he plays very, very well. And then Nordic Stu, who I don't know too much about, but I do know, I'm pretty sure that he's played one. Okay, I just saw you do 6-7 in the cam on the stream. All right. And then Nordic Stu, I haven't heard much about, but I think he's played 1 season.
Yes, he has. Yep.
Between Dracula and JD Bauer, I'm expecting real good things for this team. I think it's gonna be one of the powerhouses of this division for sure. And yet again, another good team drafted by Mr. Cripplify for the Cripples.
Of course. Nordic Stu was one of my favorite players to watch last semester. I believe he was Div D. And so seeing him with these 2 players is going to be awesome to see. Go ahead and move on to the final 4 teams here. This team is going to be BB8237, joined by Oost, and then also joined by Playboy Vix. This is going to be an interesting team. Of course, you have another player that was plagued by being with Tyler 8G once again of BB here in Division C. So we'll truly get to see how he can shine this semester. And then so being able to play with both Oost and Vix, and BB saying facts in the chat. Yes. Plagued is a good word for it. Yeah.
Holy shit.
So no, it's gonna be a lot of fun. Oost, obviously a grinder in his own right. We've seen
Purgatory.
We've seen Oost, what he's been doing, so many games per season, and then Vix with one of the best seasons we've ever seen, basically in a Division C last semester, or Division E. I think right. I think he won it in Division E, if I'm not mistaken. I don't really. Maybe it was Division D, but I'm getting so mixed up. It's been too many seasons for me now, but. Either way, this team is looking to be pretty dominant. We'll see how they can perform. They are a part of Baba's Babies. Let's go ahead and jump to the next one.
All right, we got a couple familiar names here. We got Mr. Kier Shiesty, the captain, very well known. Every time he's on stream, he's gonna wear a Shiesty. I think he even wore it during LAN as well with the fur coat. I can't lie, it's a little bit of aura. Unfortunate they got 2nd place, but I can't lie, it was kind of aura walking in with a fur coat and a shiesty. It's quite the combo, walking around campus like that. And then followed by Mr. Champ 1, Champ 2, Ping himself, Sir Zarok, and Withheld Happiness, who, I don't know if this is actually comp when it comes to KBM, but he plays just keyboard, no mouse. Which,
correct.
I mean, if I think about it, makes sense because what do you do with the mouse? You know, you click boost and go. You can't really do much with the mouse. But
Dude,
it is
keep going.
pretty uncommon for them to play just keyboard. So it was interesting to see.
Yeah, no, it is. I've seen more and more of that. Like, I saw a couple TikTok streamers of like Rocket League guys that are sitting there on both fingers on the keyboard, like they're typing and they're just playing Rocket League. Like, somehow equates to Rocket League movement. Like, I don't understand how that even makes sense. But hey, I'll take it. But like you said, this team is going to be very dangerous. Like you said, Zarok, very dominant and happy. In his first real season, I'll call it that, last semester, of course, I believe made LAN, like you said. And then Kier made LAN as well. So very experienced team on this side. Even though Zarok, it's only a second season, he technically has that 100% win rate as well. So we will see how that one turns out. All right, final two. This one is an interesting one. We got the Unk of Dcrl, one of the probably the oldest players that we've had play in Philandro, captaining this Division C team. Absolutely love to see Phil back. He picks up two players as well. One by the name of Woodsfoil, who I believe his rookie season was last season. Unfortunately, I don't think he made LAN, so I don't know too much about him. I think he kind of went a little bit quiet on one of the lower seeded teams. And then MJ, who is also actually one of the more experienced players of Dcrl. I believe he has 2 or 3 championships of his own.
If I'm not wrong.
Yeah, so no matter what you can say about MJ, I mean, he's found his way to win so many times. He's one of those players that, for some reason, just doesn't go noticed, and then somebody picks him up, gets slept on, and then he just wins again. So this team could be absolutely deadly. Philandro coming from Div B last semester with Pasky, and who was your third again?
Jato's the captain.
Jado, that's right. So Philandro with that Div B experience, this is going to be way slower. I expect Philandro to absolutely pop off this season. And he is, of course, a part of Roman Legion, which is Greek Avengers Club. So final team of Division C.
All right, here it comes. My team, the GOAT after, what, three and a half years? He's made his return. Mr. Sharkbite, followed by my ex-teammate and former champion, Bleat, and making his jump up from Division D, Dr. Pepper. It's been a long time coming. He's made second/third place 3 seasons in a row now, I think, in Division D. So
Yeah,
I think it's
so.
very
Yep.
fair that he gets called back up. I have very high hopes for this team. Obviously, you know, I'm their club owner, but like truly, I watched this team play together. I think they're going to be one to really look out for. Obviously, Sharkbite kind of gets slept on. Maybe ranked a little bit low. Who knows? But he used to be C3, C1. pretty mechanical. So it's crazy to see him down here, but I'm just glad I got him on my team.
Yeah, no, I mean, listen,
The bleed down. Yeah, the bleed down.
No, I'm not saying I'm not convinced, Cooper. I just cannot believe to see Sharkbite's name in Division C. I think this was one of the biggest mistakes in the whole draft. I was in a position where my player wanted someone else. Otherwise, I was trying to argue for Sharkbite. And then obviously nobody else picks him up for Div B, which I thought was insane. So listen, you got so lucky, Yellow Dog, the fact that you happened to fall on Sharkbite's name for your captain on your club, because I think this team is going to be down. I'm going to jump right into my predictions here. I genuinely think this Sharkbite team, obviously he's going to have a lot of expectations. So he's going to have to live up to it. But I seriously think this team is way too good for this division. So that's going to be my best team of this whole division of Division C. Is going to be that Sharkbite, Buit, and Dr. Pepper team. Of course, a part of your club, the Doghouse. So we'll see how it turns out. Maybe the people that doubted him were right. Shark, you're in the chat. You're gonna be the deciding factor of that, of course, with your teammates as well. But it's gonna be a lot of fun to see that storyline progress. Let's see here. I wasn't quite too sure where to go for my, quote unquote, who I don't think might do too well. It's really hard. I think this is going to be a very competitive team, but I think unfortunately he's one of the nicest people I've ever met, and I love him to death. I unfortunately got to go with Paco's team for my potential worst team in this division. I think a lot of it levies around Raptor's playtime. Raptor, very busy guy. I think he's trying to become like a commercial pilot. So he doesn't have a lot of time on his hands. If Raptor can play the game, I change my answer every day of the week. But I think if Raptor keeps on his current playtime amount, Paco reaches very far for Skirty. I don't know. It's going to be harder for me to see that team do well. I hope they prove me wrong because I love Paco, but that's going to be my 2 predictions here. Yellow Dog, on to you.
Honestly, I'm going to have to 100% agree with the best team. I think I've said what I needed to so far, and you've said what I was going to say as well. Very high expectations for this team, but I do think they're going to collaborate very well. They've already started kind of chemming up, and vibes are very high already for this team, so it's looking good. And then for my worst team, I had a couple teams I was looking at. I don't think there's going to be a definite worst team. I think there's going to be kind of a group down there. But unfortunately, I think that BB Oos and Playboy Vic's team is going to be at the bottom.
Ooh.
I'm just not sure. I mean, thinking of all those players, I've seen BB play, Oos, Playboy Vic's. How are you gonna defend a shark bite in the air? I'm just thinking about that, and I feel like every other team has someone that could do it. But I don't know. I just don't see it.
All right, someone clip that right now and then make a montage later of Baba's Baby's team just absolutely demolishing Sharkbite later on. So we'll need a clip of that.
I just put a lot of pressure on you, Shark. A lot of pressure. Open McDonald's, baby. Come on, Shark.
It's all on you, Shark. Don't let us down, bro. Don't let us down. All right,
At
so
least
there.
1% in the game, or you're washed.
Correct. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to be our Division C. This one's going to be awesome to see. I think there's so many different storylines going on here, so many returning players in this division. So it's going to be very, very fun to see. But let's go ahead now, and we'll jump on to the next division. So let me get that one set up real quick. And we will be moving on now to the final 2 divisions. Of this stream per se. Both of these divisions are going to be 8 teams again, so it'll go by a little bit quicker. But let's go ahead and just jump into it. There's always a lot of hype around Division B. Unfortunately, last semester, I think it was one of the more underwhelming Division Bs we've ever had. It was very, very top-heavy. One of the most top-heavy divisions I've ever seen. There was basically 2 teams that just destroyed everybody, and it wasn't even close. Fighting Hamster, I'm not trying to diss you. I mean, you were of course a part of the dominant team, so it was it's easier for you to say that. But from a viewer perspective, it was just so lopsided. So hopefully this Division B this season can be a little bit more closer. So we'll see how this one goes. Let's go ahead and get this show on the road. First team of Division B being revealed is a crazy one. A crazy one. We have Skull being the captain of this team. He is joined by Soy Italiano, also known as It's American. He's jumping around countries here in his username. And then joined by Tyler AG, the man himself. For the first time ever, we have a full team full of roommates. All 3 of these guys live together in an apartment. We've never had that. We've had a couple roommate teams with like 2 of the players being roommates, but we've never had a team that is all living with each other, which is going to be insane to see. Tyler AG probably should have been Division C. Let's just be honest here. But obviously he gets his jump up. He gets his name called, of course, by his roommate. And they obviously are going to have the chem, right? So maybe that makes up for the skill difference in Tyler AG. So we'll get to see that one. And there is a funny shout there. Where was it? It was something about Cooper. Cooper said something funny that I saw. Power outage murders that team. That is very true. That is very true. But anyways, this team is going to be a lot of fun to watch. The roommate team, they're going to be just memeing all around. I don't think they really fully care if they win. Obviously, if they do, it'll be legendary, but if they don't, at least they're going to be having fun along the way. So it's going to be a lot of fun to see. That team is, of course, a part of Crossbar Certified, which is V-Storm's team. Let's go ahead and move on to the next team.
This one's interesting. You have two of the former Div Beach champions from last season in Pendragon and Fighting Hamster. Fighting Hamster actually getting drafted as the second man this season, not the third man. And then they're joined by Mitch, who I was surprised to see this low. To be honest, an ex-Div A player almost being ranked for Div C. Huh? Maybe he's washed. Maybe he doesn't have no hours anymore. I'm not sure what the case is and the mindset behind that. But crazy low rank for Mitch. We'll see how this team works out. Very grounded, Mitch and Hamster. So it's going to be interesting to see the limited aerial activity on the field whenever they play. But, I mean, it's looking like a pretty good team. And, of course, drafted by Dcrl United, your club.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. We debated, Penn, of course, working with him, figuring out who we wanted to go for. Obviously, lots of options. We had the second pick, basically. And I think Fighting Hamsters is too good to pass up, especially just considering his chemistry with Penn after winning last season. And so seeing how Mitch can support that, we'll see if they can run it back for round 2. I'm super excited for this team. I'm happy to have Fighting Hamster and his whole fan base be a part of my club, Dcrl United. So no matter what, we're going to always have the support of them. So we'll see how that one goes. Let's go ahead, move on to the next team here, which is going to be a previous Division A member of Styles, making his comeback, the captain of this team. He's joined by the Boom, and then Dcrl as well, which is going to be a very interesting team in its own right. Styles, of course, a very fast, mechanical player, very capable. Previously had played in Division A and found quite a bit of success there. So he's obviously going to be very good. The Boom, relatively new to Dcrl, but he has been on his grind. He's been posting his rank and stuff like that, always in the VCs. Kind of a newer member of our community that's just been showing out and showing lots of improvement. So I was not surprised to see him go in the second round. And then Dcrl, of course, getting his chance once again in Division B. Made land last semester with Indisposed and Disabled. That was a fun run to see. So this team is going to be very, very solid, very well-rounded. I don't think there's really a weak point on this team. So they're going to be fun to watch. This team, of course, a part of the Cripples. Let's go ahead and go on to the next team.
I would get this team as well. My own team, Mr. Paskey. He's been in Division B for a few seasons now. Obviously, me and him won LAN in the spring season last year, and then he made LAN with his team of Jado and Philander, who you saw in Division C. And they're one of the two Titans that you were talking about last season in Div B. Didn't find a lot of success on LAN, but they were one of the two dominant teams during the entire regular season. And he's joined by kind of an old-timer, former Div A player, It's Silk, and a newcomer, Mick Roller. I think he's also a freshman, Mick Roller is, so kind of have a Div B version of 2 Jits 1 Unk with Paskey and Roller versus Silk, who's not the age drop here, 26 or 27, around that age. He's one of the older, more tenured members, but vibes are high on this team. It's looking pretty good so far.
Yeah, no, it'll be exciting to see. I kind of thought that Paskey had a very good chance of going up in Division A personally. And I think if Hambungus wasn't playing, I'm assuming you probably would have reached and grabbed Paskey for your Division A team. I kind of spoiled it here. I do apologize.
Wow.
I'm sorry, but
Wow.
I was just pointing out that I was surprised to see Paskey actually fall again to Division B because he's had so many good seasons, back to back. So
my team, pretty epic.
Falling into your hands, of course, as well. You had one of the luckiest drafts of, probably the luckiest draft out of all of us. So you're in for a fun season to say the least. So let's go ahead and reveal the next team, which is part of like the STN clan, I guess. We got STN Jammin', and then we got JD, and then we're gonna have STN Sammy Boy. Now this is an interesting team because Obviously, Jammin coming off last season, one of the most dominant players in Division B, won it all. Or was that Division C? I can't remember.
C.
Division C. He was probably the most dominant player in Division C. Multiple scenarios where he's just literally 1v3ing the other team, basically. And he makes a huge jump up from Div C captain to Div B captain. Obviously we saw his skill, and we had to move him up to that captain spot. And he obviously had a chance to draft, I'm assuming, someone that he knows with ST and Sammy Boy, who is also making quite the jump from, I believe, Division, was it D? I don't even know. He might be the big, or was he Div C? They were both in?
Third man, I believe.
Okay.
But
But either...
Sammy was with the Boom and Kier on that team.
Oh, okay. So yeah, he's also making a jump up to Division B. Now, there's obviously going to be some chem there between Jammin and Sammy Boy. And so despite any potential rank or skill difference, maybe that chemistry will help make that up. JD, probably going to be it's going to be interesting to see how he can fit in with two players that are already going to have some chem and some experience together. And that team up also, of course, a part of Perchance to Dream. So we'll see how that team turns out, and we'll move on.
So they actually, shout out Dracula for the shout, but they played each other in the finals, which is interesting. Those two. So,
that is actually interesting. Wow.
Like enemies to lovers type of deal here with them joining. But anyways, we got the next team here. I think first season, last season, Creed with a Q, one of the 3 or 4 Creeds we have in Dcrl.
Two. We had 2.
No, there's at least 3. There's Creed, and Creed.
No, whatever. Keep going.
Anyways, followed by Ben, a newcomer. This is someone I was looking at for my team as a third man if it fell. But obviously it did not fall to us. But I was looking at some games and some trackery. He looked like he was getting a lot of games and he was improving. And then followed by another super long-term member here, Mr. Steve himself, Mr. Face Paint. You'll see it on game day. He's sitting in the cams. I believe he's gonna be not playing as much this season, but I mean, regardless, he's been on high rank for a while. You don't just fall off the wagon that quickly. So, pretty good team here. I'm interested to see how Ben does, and they're a part of Baba's Babies yet again.
Yeah, this is a team that has a pretty big question mark for me. I wasn't too sure what to expect from this team. I think they could either be really good or really bad. So we'll see how that one turns out. We'll go ahead and move on to the last 2 teams here. This is going to be a fun one for sure. Obviously, the captain of this team is going to be Izord, returning to Division B. And his first pick is the man, the myth, the legend, Krill. He finally makes his way back to Division B this semester. Of course, he falls all the way to Division C last semester. And so Izord decided to go and pick him up. Krill, individually, we've seen his rank. He's hit, he's a Champ 3 player, maybe even GC at some points. So very capable, individually. Just, how can he fit in on a team? And so Izord, he's a very, rotational, strategic player. I mean, he can hit his mechs here and there, but he's more strategic in my opinion. So being able to play around Krill is going to be interesting to see. And then their third is going to be Indisposed, who had a very good season last season in Division B, of course, making LAN on that Did He team. And that team is, of course, going to be a part of K-Tool's Kittens. So go ahead and move on to the last team of Division B.
I want to make a shout quick.
Yep.
Indisposed was actually drafted first.
That is actually true. That is true.
Krill almost fell back down to Div C once again. he was awfully close.
I forgot about that.
Almost a Div B captain.
I forgot about that.
He was 3 spots away from a captain, and he almost fell to Div C. But moves on to the top-ranked captain here in Division B in Scout. He makes his return. Took a season off. He's been super active in the Discord and getting some games in. He's been grinding the game the last couple weeks, and he's joined by Omega Blaze and Huskers. Omega Blaze, pretty long-term player here, 5th season, I think, somewhere around that range. Huskers been around here for a while. All these players very, very experienced. You're not really gonna see any crazy mechs out of this team, outside of maybe Huskers every once in a while. Scout and Omega Blaze pretty, just solid players. So I think it's gonna be one of these teams. They're gonna come out strong. They're gonna have a pretty high floor.
Yeah, I would definitely agree with that. You know, like you said, Scout has that Division A experience. I think he actually made LAN on his Division A team as well. So, you know, kind of, I think it was like was it with Samuel or something like that? I can't remember.
Samuel and Chewy.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. So Scout going to be a very good player in this draft. Obviously, he's the highest rated player in Division B on paper. So it's going to be interesting to see how Omega and Huskers can fit around that part of Roman Legion of Greek Avengers Club. So there we go. We got our Division B draft in front of us. And this time I'm going to let you go first, Yellow Dog, on your on some of your observations.
All right, best team. I think it's gonna be the Styles, Boom, and Dcrl team. This is gonna be I feel like such an offensive heavy team. All three of these players can shoot the ball very, very well. It's gonna be probably on average across all three people, the Mekis team, and also just the best shooting from the ground and anywhere on the field. I am interested to see how they do on defense, but I think it's just gonna be overwhelming pressure. I think they're gonna be the best team this season. And then as for my worst, I mean, can we just assume what my answer is and throw it over to you? It's gonna be Skull, Italiano, and Tyler HG. It's gonna be a very fun team. It's gonna be very fun. Especially for them, it's gonna be fun to watch and watch the cams as they probably pinch it into an own goal and die laughing in the cams. I think Skull and Italiano, they laugh at every mistake they make. So I think that'll actually help Tyler AG's mental, possibly, if they aren't just roasting him. That is. But yeah, it's gonna be a fun team to watch. But unfortunately, I don't think they're gonna be very good.
Yeah, I mean it's a fair point. It's a fair point. See, I think I'm probably gonna have to agree with you with where my worst team. I unfortunately have to go with that roommate team in the bottom right there, Skull, American, and Tyler. The only thing that I think they got going for them is that when Tyler, you know, his mental isn't part of his game, he's playing just relaxed and just like having fun, like in private matches and stuff like that. He's a very good player. Like, I've seen him hit some very good shots, very consistent, you know. Like, there's been multiple times where Tyler AG and Whirl have taken down like Yellow Dog and like Styles in like a 2v2 match, which is like, how does that happen? I mean, I don't know, but
like David was lying.
So that's like the only thing that I could see happening is like Tyler AG is truly not letting his mental get to him. Maybe they got a good chance, but so that's gonna be my worst team. Best team. See, I would love to go my team. I would say that normally because I have a lot of faith in them. I think Penn and Fighting Hamster have a solid case going for them, you know, running it back. But I think I unfortunately have to go, not unfortunately, but I'm gonna say Styles, Boom, and Dcrl with you. I think that team, like you said, is just gonna have so much offensive, you know, prowess to them. Styles has
stuff, man. Make an original thought.
Fine, I'm going with my team, bro.
Yo,
Penn, Hamster, and Mitch.
Get
We're
off
gonna
my
win
tail, bro. Get off my shit. Go first, so I can follow, so I can tell you. Holy shit! All right,
Hey.
go on.
it. Oh my goodness gracious! All right. Well, anyways, there's our predictions. There's our predictions for Division B. This will be an insane one. This is gonna be an insane division to see. Like I said in the beginning, I hope that this Division B can be a little bit more closer, you know, than last season. In my opinion, I think it's shaping up to be that way, but you never truly know. So we will see where that one goes. But let's go ahead and move on to our final division, our top-rated player, or not player, division in our league, Division A. I'm gonna be real honest right now, and about, you know, I don't even know, 4 or 5 days, maybe even 6, 7 days before the signups ended, Division A was not looking real great. I'm gonna be really honest. it was just not looking great. We were gonna have like Division B third men in Division A, but luckily, lo and behold, we got quite a few pretty high ranked players to join kind of last minute. So yeah, I think it's shaped up to be an awesome Division A draft. So let's go ahead and get right into it. First team I will reveal for Division A is of course going to be my team of a part of Dcrl United. Ren is going to be the captain of this team, joined by Blue, and then of course Chewy. Ren did not play last semester, but they had a very good season, I believe 3 seasons ago, on the Super Soakers team. They made it all the way to second place, unfortunately falling to the Dcrl legend, and I don't even know what you want to call him anymore, of course, but he falling to Remzik. But anyways, yeah, Ren joined by Blue, who is a newcomer to Dcrl. I believe Ren and Blue actually played together in high school, which is why that pick went through. And then Chewy rounding up this team. So the fact that we got Chewy as a third man in Division A, I was more than happy to be able to pick Chewy up. I think this team is going to be absolutely nasty. Let's go ahead and move on to the next team.
We got a reunion. A little bit of flip here. It used to be Ecrux captain, but now it's Hypnotic captain. Those two coming back together for their third time, I think. I think it's their third time.
At least second. I mean, at the very least. But
I think it's Ecrux and Spoop that played last season. So that team of Spoop, Hypnotic, and Ecrux coming back together every single team, every single season. I mean, they're joined by a Div A second timer, not first timer, in Shaded. Didn't have the greatest success personally on that Mogi Cosmic Shaded team, but nobody really had too many expectations. I would say they exceeded it. I think he had a fine Div A season for his situation. So I think it's going to be not a great team, but an okay team.
oh, getting called out early. We'll see how that one turns out. It's going to be fun. Like you said, it's kind of interesting that we did swap around Hypnotic and Ecrux. But they still end up on the same team no matter what, which was kind of fun to see. But anyways, let's go ahead and move on to the next team. This is going to be an interesting one. Parker going to be the captain of this team. And the second pick was somebody that I think was potentially pretty underrated, and I am DJ. Of course, you still see he's ninth in Dcrl MMR, but he was, slotted to probably go first in the Division A draft. But I mean, obviously you see that did not happen. Parker lands with him. I think Parker got a very big steal here with DJ. He's a newcomer to Dcrl. Just to let you in on some insight, DJ does come from, I believe, MCS, where he has a salary, which is kind of like a ranking, basically, of 1,800. So he is rated 1,800, basically, which is SSL. So DJ, I think, going to be very, very nasty, teaming up with Parker, or maybe just under SSL, either way, but it's close. But the third rounding up this team is going to be Carve Dog, making his appearance in Division A once again. Had kind of a similar situation. I mean, he did make LAN last semester, which was awesome to see. Very solid third man, kind of a glue player. So being able to fit in with Parker, who I believe Parker and Carve Dog have a little bit of a, some chem going on. I think they play with each other. So this team looking really good. That is, of course, a part of the Cripples. Moving on to the next team.
We got Parker's teammate from last season who he drafted, jumping up ahead of him in the captain slot, Brick Wall, joined by second place Jalem, and a couple season veteran here in Red Wizard. He used to grind the game quite a lot. I'm not sure he does nearly as much anymore, but he improves pretty quickly. Jalem, not much time to play the game, being a football player and all over at South Dakota Mines. But I think overall, it's going to be a pretty solid team. They're not going to be doing anything too mechy. Jalem and Red Wizard both pretty grounded and just fundamentally sound. But I think it's going to be a pretty solid team.
Yeah, I'm excited to see how Brickwall can play in that captain spot. He's had a lot of improvement, playing with his UND varsity team. He's got all the way up to SSL. I think he kind of started off in the league around that GC3 area and then made that big push up to SSL. So it's going to be interesting to see if he can kind of live up to that hype of a Division A captain. I think he can with this team. Like you said, Ja Lem, Red Wizard, both very fundamental, solid players. So I think this is going to be one of those teams that has a very high floor, kind of like we mentioned before. And so this team is a part of the Roman Legion, which is Greek Avengers Club. Moving on, a team I'm personally pretty excited about. We got the return of a what I would call a legend at this point, Garrett P, making his return to Dcrl. Of course, winning, I believe, I don't even know how long it's been since we've had Garrett P in the league. I think probably like 4 seasons, maybe. Maybe even,
No, God, no.
maybe
no.
4 seasons. I don't even know.
Are you talking about like in total since he started?
No, since I think it was like maybe like
It's been 2 seasons.
I'd say at least 3 seasons, maybe 2.
No,
Either way.
Cody.
Either way, he's a champion. He won with I believe Greek Avenger, and I think it was Torps. Looks like season 5 according to Swamp Donkey, maybe season 4. So again, Garrett P making his comeback. He picks up Charisma, who's coming off of a crazy Division A win last semester with Risser and Whitlock. That was an insane series, an insane end of Division A last semester. So he gets to bump up a spot here into that 2nd round pick. And then their 3rd rounding out, making his 2nd appearance in Division A is kind of Super Dubs, rounding out this team. I think this team is going to be very, very good. Especially, I was a little concerned, right? Because Garrett P informed me once I convinced him to sign up that he is hard stuck 1600, which is very low for Division A captain. And I was kind of doubtful. I was like, I don't know if we should put him this high, this and that, right? We kept him there, and I was snooping in a server, and I think he's almost up to SSL again. So,
All right.
So he's definitely gonna be playing the game again, and so we'll see what he can do. He is a part of Crossbar Certified, which is the Storms team or club. Moving on.
All right, number 3 captain here. We got what I think, not an unpopular opinion. I think it was a pretty fairly common opinion that Whitlock maybe should have gotten the LAN MVP, but Risser hitting the crazy shots, a lot more flashy. It did end up getting it, but he went crazy last season. I think he was leading in goals in Division A. I know he was actually. And then I've never heard of Rob. He joined very last second in the draft, but Whitlock ends up picking him up. I'm sure he knows him from MCS. They're both MCS guys. And then Cosmic returning into this Division A after last season with Mogi, finds his way onto Whitlock and Rob's team. He definitely improves quite fast. He doesn't have many hours on the game, but he's still pretty mechanical and pretty solid. So I am interested to see what Rob can do with this team. I think that's kind of what this season hinges on for this team, is how good he can fit in, how good he can do. I don't know nothing about him now, but Whitlock, pretty damn good.
Huge thank you once again. K-Tool is just dropping like care packages out here, just dropping bombs of 5 gifted as he gives 5 more once again. So much appreciated to K-Tool. We are currently at 90 subs after our first after our first stream, which is just insane. K-Tool's bonus may have hit. and he's blowing it on DCRL. Love to see it, but
Passion.
Love to see it, K-Tool. Thank you so much. Of course, supporting his Div A team, that team Whitlock, Rob, and Cosmic, a part of K-Tool's Kittens. Yes, Swamp Donkey, yes. Anyways, let's go ahead and move on to the final 2 teams, not only of this division, but of the stream. This one is going to be an insane team, captained by Risser, joined by what was
I
that?
just had a little scream. I don't know if it cut out or not.
It kind of did, but
Might cut out.
you got the point across. Either way, this Risser team, we saw what he did last season. Of course, being on Whitlock's team, which the fact that we let those 2 team up was a debatable one to say the least. But we saw those clips, we saw those clutch moments, OT double taps off the corner in grand finals. We saw really what Risser is truly capable of. you can credit a lot of that to Whitlock, of course, for helping facilitate that. But I mean, Risser really showed out last season. Puts himself in that number 2 spot. He picks up Juxo, who's a newcomer to DCRL, coming from MCS community. So it's awesome to see some of those guys coming over. Juxo, Risser are going to be an insane duo, and then rounded out by Hambungus, who's making his comeback, to DCRL and Division A at that. And of course, he lands on Risser's team. This team is going to be so mechanical. I think all 3 of these players are some of the most mechanical players in DCRL. So their offensive prowess or offensive capability is going to be out of the roof. And so we'll see how this team can come together on defense. But I can tell you right now, this team's going to be a high goals per game. They're a part of the Doghouse, of course, Yellow Dogs Club. Anything you want to say before we move on to the last one?
I don't want to glare my team too much. Maybe talking about them later, maybe not. But I think I'm ready to get on to this first team.
All right.
The captain of this team, I think the only person, might be a hot take, I think the only person in Dcrl history that would ever be over Risser as he is right now. I think Risser is the second best skill-wise Dcrl has seen. But there is one better, and that's Mogi. He is absolutely insane at this game. Last season, he picked Cosmic and Shaded. Pretty low picks. I'm not going to say troll, but it's for fun. Maybe nerf himself a little bit. But yeah, he's insane. He does whatever he wants with the ball. It really does not matter. And he actually picks up some teammates here in Dinosaur Bros, who I've heard is pretty raw, quote spoopy. And Swamp Donkey, who almost drops back down to Div B in a very similar scenario as last season. No, I'm not a Remsicator, Swamp. Stop.
Yes, you are, bro. At this point, you just are.
Nah, bro. It's just like mindless glaze constantly.
It's not mindless. It's not mindless. It's not mindless.
Picking up a receipt on the ground.
It's not mindless. It's not mindless.
And I don't think it's a crazy thing to say Risser is the second most skilled player that Dcrl has seen at this point in time. Anyways.
Well, we won't debate about this right now.
But no, I mean, Mogi with some slightly better teams than last season. I think I'm not gonna say I'm just gonna get into my best team here. I think this team is the best team. I just don't think there's too much stopping this team. I've already said all I can about Mogi, and then Swamp Donkey, pretty solid third man. Dinosaur Bros, so I've heard is pretty good. And then I'll get into my worst team as well. I think it's going to be the reunion team of Hypnotic, Ecrex, and Shaded. I think not to throw a lot of shade, I think they're just a step below pretty much every single other team. I don't see them doing anything crazy. I really do hope they prove me wrong. All these guys are homies. I just don't see them really being on the same level as the other 7 teams.
Okay, fair enough. My pick for my best team was also going to be the Mogi team. I think it's hard. I'm not going to solidify that answer, but I do think that team is going to be disgusting. I have my only asterisk on that answer is the fact that I have not seen Dinosaur Bros play, so I don't truly know what level of raw, quote unquote, spoopy men he's going to be. But obviously, any team with Mogi on it is going to be nasty. Swamp Donkey is very good at Rocket League as well. So being able to, form around Mogi, see how that team works out, I think they're going to be nasty if they can play well together. But my other team that I want to say is I'm going to glaze here, is going to be actually Parker's team. I kind of alluded to it earlier. I think that team of DJ, I think DJ is a captain in and of himself. Or a captain level, to say the least. So I think that him and Parker teaming up and Carved Dog, I think, is going to do just fine at being able to, fill in the gaps and do his job. I think that that team is going to be disgusting. I do think, show up my team a little bit, but I think they're also going to potentially do well. My team that I could maybe see not doing as well. I'm gonna lean towards Brickwall's team here, of Jaw Lem and Red Wizard. Jaw Lem was a third man last season in Division A, albeit that Division A was completely different from this Division A. Very maybe not too different, but pretty different, I would say, in terms of skill across the board. And so the fact that he's second man, obviously he played well, but I don't know if it's second man well. And then Red Wizard as well. You kind of mentioned, I don't know about the mechanical ability. The offensive ability of this team kind of worries me a little bit. I think they're going to lock down defense, like Brickwall's name alludes to, but being able to score goals, you need to be able to do that. So we will see how that goes. Those are my predictions. And with that, I think we are officially through releasing all of the teams for Season 8 of Dcrl. A lot of fun teams. It's the thing I'm most excited about is to see how clubs impact all these teams. I think it increases the chance for comebacks and stuff like that. The ability to coach and find coaching and have more resources available to you than you did before. So I'm most excited for that. And we'll see how it kind of affects the standings as well. See if we can get, some closer differences between the top and bottom of each division. So it's going to be a lot of fun to see. I'm super, super excited for this season. We're getting close to 10 seasons, which is going to be insane once we reach that point. Obviously, we got a couple more to go, but just seeing the fact that we're still cooking, we're still chugging after this long, it's getting close to is it almost close to 4 years at this point? Maybe 3-4 years. I don't even know at this point, but it's been a long road, and we keep getting better and better. And it's just awesome to see. So I want to give a shout out before we close off the stream here to literally everybody that's helped out behind the scenes, especially all of the executives doing all the work behind the scenes. It's a little bit harder to do, promotion and stuff, between fall and spring seasons, just because there's so little time to, get the word out and stuff like that. But with Cooper, with all of the stat sheets, Omega Blaze doing what he does with all the bot stuff and all that stuff helps out the league quite a bit. K-Tool obviously helping facilitate everything behind the scenes, and with Lan, of course. Who else is there? Pat Down, especially Pat Down this season. He's done a lot of work with DMs, getting people to sign up, helping out with the draft. Who else? Penn, obviously his role will pick up more once the season picks up. But again, I can't say it enough how much all that's appreciated. The league could not run with these people. So I wanted to give a special thank you to all those people before we go on. And I'll just do I'll throw this one up here. This will change in the future. But we were kind of scrambling last minute to try and get this one up. This is kind of a fun little diagram here. This is a picture of basically all the individual clubs, and as of right now, it only shows the captains of each team. In the future, I want to get a sheet that basically shows every single player in every single club, so we can talk a little bit about, what club might do the best. Based off of this alone, I personally have a hard time picturing who's going to do the best, but it's kind of fun to see who's going to do the best. A lot of good teams, a lot of good players. I don't know, Yellow Dog, have you done your analysis of the clubs yet? Or, apart from your own club, or is anybody standing out yet? I haven't really figured that out yet. But
apart from what?
Apart from yourself, is there anybody, other clubs
Crip. It's got some good ass clubs, I can't lie. Parker, Styles, Lil Thicky. I had Styles and Lil Thicky being my best teams in 2 divisions. Granted, I didn't want to pick my own teams really outside of Sharkbite, which I just think would be stupid not to pick him as the best. But I think he's got all 4 teams are going to be in the upper quarter of their division, possibly even, which would be crazy.
Yeah, I do think so too. I hate to glaze you. It takes me everything to I wish I couldn't glaze you, but I do think your club.
It's okay, man.
I think I know. I do think your club is looking very good. We'll see how it really turns out. I think the Doghouse is looking pretty strong. I do think Perchance the Dream is also looking pretty strong. Obviously, perchance to dream, and K-Tool's Kittens do have, you know, another team that might help them out a little bit. Might hurt them, I guess, too. Of course, I'm really excited for my team. I think my club's definitely going to has some underdog potential to it right now. I think it's kind of in the shadows. We'll see if they can, if we can, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? But
Yo, W Club owner, W Club owner.
dude, I'm telling you, all I'm saying is that people are sleeping on us. That's all I said. I'm very confident in my teams. I'm gonna make that very clear. Very confident. I'm looking forward. I'm looking forward to it. Stop. You're gassing it, bro. You're gassing it. You're making it. You're making it.
Yeah, no underdog potential. Come on, man. Okay, anyways, I'm gonna toss it back to just you and I so we can close off this stream. Hey, we kept it to an hour and a half, which I think is pretty good, all things considered. I already said a lot of my appreciation to a lot of the people helping out behind the scenes. We are about to get this this show on the road, ladies and gentlemen. Season 8 next week is when the season officially starts. Yellow Dog, of course, it's your first season not playing, but of course, being able to be a club owner, I'm sure you'll be as involved as always. What were you saying? second team not playing, or a second season, but
oh yeah, you didn't play last season, did you?
Nope, I did not.
Oops, my bad. Hold on, I'm just getting something figured out right now because I wanted to do this just to make it hit the big number here. I'm gifting 5 subs here, and with that, we officially hit 100 subs, which is actually just insane to say. Yeah, so officially hitting 100 subs on the first stream. Obviously, I bump it up there. Seriously, the support from everybody. K-Tool dropping so many subs. Cooper dropping 20 right at the beginning. Who else is doing a Weevil? I mean, so many people supporting on on day number 1 of season 8. I think there's going to be a lot of expectations, a lot of hype, a lot of storylines to be had. Of course, we'll be ending off the season once again in Grand Forks. So seeing which teams can achieve that, it's going to be fun to say the least. Yellow Dog, do you have any closing thoughts before we end this one off?
I got nothing outside of just when those streams pop up, just tune in. Even if it's on your second monitor, help out the stream, help get numbers up, or just, you know, tune in like you should. Bet on games. It's a fun time to watch.
Yeah, no, for sure. Good shout out there. Like you said, watch the stream, support us. That's the best way to support us, just watching the streams. It's one of the best ways. I do want to make 2 quick things. I made an announcement in the server. If you're wanting to help out with the league, I should have mentioned this right in the beginning when we had more people here, but casters, streamers, helping with stats. What else is there? Helping with scheduling, helping with social media. We are always looking for help. So if you have skills or expertise that you'd be willing to help us out with, feel free to fill out the form, as well as team names and logos. If you're a player here, those are technically due tonight still. So if you haven't submitted that, the form is in announcements. I'm sure club owners will help with pushing that more and more. But with that all out of the way, as always, we have a Discord that you can join if you're not in it already. Discord.gg/DCRL. We have an Epic creator code as well. So if you ever make poor decisions and buy credits or V-Bucks or whatever it may be, you can use the Epic creator code DCRL. Helps support us behind the scenes. And then of course we have all of our socials where we post all of our VODs, short form content of good moments and stuff like that. So make sure you follow those and keep in touch. So with that all out of the way, that is going to do it for the first stream of Season 8 of DCRL. It's going to be a lot of fun, Yellow Dog. You and I are going to be watching from the sidelines as club owners, of course, being involved a little bit. There's going to be a lot of storylines I'm so excited for, but we will be back pretty soon here, probably in the next few days here. I'd assume maybe Tuesday, Wednesday time for the first gameplay streams of this season. But with that all out of the way, thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll be back before you guys know it.